let me start with a disclaimer. If you believe or feel like you are being abused, please seek help. This is not the place to get help. There are organizations. Speak to a friend. Speak to a safe person. Google it, and find distance from whoever is doing something bad to you. If you can't find distance from that person, if you can't take a step back, if they're not allowing you to do that, that's also a very good sign you are being abused. Yeah. I hope you aren't. I hope if you're here, maybe you're trying to find some clarity. I wasn't able to find that when I realized that was a thing. So let's talk about spiritual abuse. This is not about being in a cult or being abused by a priest. This is something way less likely to be proven. This is nearly invisible, but all of us know these situations. We just don't know how to name it. This happened to me, and if it happened to you, feel free to share. If you need to talk about it, maybe this is the safe place. I hope it is. I was in a relationship with somebody that was spiritually abusing me. I saw relationships where a woman was being drained for the person to have a spiritual career. I worked with a coach slash spiritual guide who fed on women. So unfortunately, this is normally, from what I've seen, a male something person who feeds on feminine energy, on very magical women, on very sensitive women. It can happen in any way, though. I'm not saying it doesn't. This is just my experience. And so, yeah, of course, as I said, first thing is, if you can't take a step back, something is wrong. Somebody's feeding on you. If you can't take a breath, and or if you take a step back and you suddenly feel like you feel clarity, that's also very important, because I didn't recognize that for years. I would travel and I would feel free. I would feel like I can see, I can feel, I'm okay. And then I would come back and I would be like, somebody put a spell on me. Okay, but let's get to my notes, my beautiful notes. That was the first thing. I have 6 more. So the other thing is, if you are dating somebody and you feel drained, like you could sleep for days after having sex with them, after sleeping with them, and you're just like, oh, we're just so relaxed together. We just that's not it. That's not it. That person is just drinking out your life force. If you are in a close relationship with a person and that person makes you tired, that's not good. You're supposed to feel energized, creative, happy. You're supposed to be exploring your life and live it to the fullest, not barely open your eyes and order food because you can't cook, and barely shower because you're so tired and you think, oh, it's just because we had so much fun. No, you didn't have that much fun. Probably a demon had fun with you, but nobody wants to talk about that. I didn't want to talk about that for real. Somebody had to shake me up, which I'm thankful for, and hopefully that's not your case, but that happens. So the sleep, your body will tell you. Another thing is, if the person you're dealing with can use your spiritual powers to their own gain. So let's say you have a vision. You have an ability to hear things, to get your insights, and they claim it as theirs, and then they repeat them as theirs. So how this works, obviously, if I say it this way, you might think, obviously I'll know when this happens. But maybe it's in a way where you're in a bigger group suddenly and they repeat what you've said, and you think, oh wow, they really must respect my insights. They really must think I know my things. Or, oh, maybe we're just so aligned. Maybe we just think about the same things all the time. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just a fucking leech. I might even call them out. There's a few of them. Anyway, yeah, if you feel like somebody's messing with your ideas, they're calling them they're not necessarily calling them their own, but they are bringing them up and selling them to people like this is they're just so enlightened. No, they took it from women. This has happened in art, this has happened in engineering, in every single thing, every single part of human history. So why wouldn't this happen in spirituality? This is why I trust women. And you should be careful because most of the times these guys are just repeating what their sisters, mothers, or lovers or friends said. Anyway, very important thing. If this person you are in a close proximity to likes to keep you under influence of whatever, whether this is alcohol or weed or other substances, that means, and as a channel, as a sensitive woman, things will come through that time as well. But it will also make you weaker. A person that's supposed to be in your life for good reason, not to wake you up like an abuser, which sometimes happens, obviously, in my case. That person will not want you to be constantly high or drunk, and will actually want you to be healthy and sober and happy. So, the more you are in that phase, the more you are weak and distracted from your powers. So that's why I always say, like, try to take space, like try to take a step back, travel away, because you'll see your powers coming back, your intuition coming back, and you'll be like, oh my God, what is the reason? Well, that's the reason. You're finally away from somebody that's doing this to you, because this way they can still feed on you. They can take from you. And I'm not saying they do it consciously. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're an evil person. I'm saying stay away from them. It doesn't matter why and what it is and what happened to them and that they had a tough childhood, or it doesn't matter. It's not serving you. Stay away. Because we have a little bit of a tendency to solve mysteries and play like, yeah, like we can fix it, we can solve it. If I only knew why, I could. No, it doesn't matter why. You will know when is time. Right now, the reason that, like, the most important thing is find distance. Like, remove the fucking cords. I shouldn't be swearing, but it's important. So yeah, keeping you high to get you distracted from your powers. Super deep thing that actually shook me up was somebody showing up in your dreams consistently and trying to get access to you. So maybe they are trying to give you gifts, maybe they're trying to get you to open doors, maybe they are trying to have sex with you. Sometimes they will be sending their family members to sort of like get you in. Sometimes they will give you gifts, and is like, managing your dreams is not easy. You probably know it yourself. Not a lot of us can lucid dream. It's a very deep skill. It's something that I would love to learn. But when this was happening, I did find myself opening gifts. I did find myself in bed with this person, refusing just at the last moment, because that's when I would start being like, oh my God, it's a dream and I can stop it. So somebody really helped me to get out of that one, because like that person had a lot of access to me. We were bonded on in many ways. However, if you would like some of this, would like to learn some of the things I did to remove their access as much as possible, I could make a video about that. I can actually just do it for myself as a way to document that journey, because Oh, that was a lot. I did a lot of work. Um, I was entangled very deeply with somebody who was very skilled. I hope that's not your case if this is what's going on for you. Um, but the distance is the key. Trust me. The distance and anything they've ever given you, get rid of it. Even the phone, even like everything. You can't have shit from them. No, there is no way to clean it. No, no, there's. You can sell it. You can throw it out. Don't keep it. Long story short. Another thing is, yeah. So I already touched on that. So using your energy as a woman to fuel their own career, and yeah, people have done that in other industries as well, but in the spiritual one, I've really seen it happen time after time. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot of these spiritual influencers, male spiritual influencers. You have no idea how many women they suck energy out of. Like I've been like this happened to me. I, I think 3 times before I actually learned my lesson. It wasn't time after time. It was like there was some breaks between. So I was given time to reassess my approach. But these are some big names in the game. Like they will show up on your screens if you are in the like if you're interested in these topics. Um, yeah, I was warned. I was warned quite a few times, and thankfully I listened. But the last one was the deepest one that I didn't really clock. And yeah, maybe I should ruin their lives. I can't wait. I know they're afraid of that, but I'll wait until this platform gets a little bigger. Yeah. Anyway, um, so how would you recognize that would be well, you can't like your career is stunted. Nothing you want to do is actually happening. None of your wishes are happening. You are experiencing crazy brain fog. You're starting to think that they know best what's good for you. That when you have an idea to do something, they take it and they tell you not to do it, or they try to pull you into all of their projects. So, God forbid you do something of yours. Um, they start causing issues with your family members. Like, yeah, yeah, I know this can happen in any types of abuse, but this one is much harder to see. I'll never forget the person I like. There was one reader I was dealing with who have become friendly with me and my partner at the time. First of all, he kept trying to convince me that my partner was my twin flame, which is also, please, if somebody's telling you something like that, run. And I did like I first of all I didn't subscribe to that whole notion, but second of all, that guy felt weird, and I knew he had a partner. Um, I found out, well, he had a huge page. He started way after her. His page blew up after he moved in with her, started getting her like drunk every day, started getting physically abusive with her, and kept putting her in the idea of we're just collapsing realities. This is your fault. You need to like have a stronger spirit. I like it was a whole thing. It lasted for so long. I tried to help, but you can't help somebody who doesn't want help. But I literally saw her being like like she was this almost skeleton, like, and him in the back of her like 10, 15 times her size, just literally slurping her life force. That's how I knew. When I saw that, I showed it to my partner at the time, who wasn't that much into it, but as soon as I described this to him, he was like, yeah, that's what's happening. Like we both had to cut contact with this guy. And I know he's still making a lot of money on people. And I know he's good. It's not that he's not a fraud in that sense. He does very accurate readings. He does very good work. But where does he take the energy from? From that woman. And that's what gets like, there's something wrong about it, right? I mean, this is entirely wrong, but it's really difficult to recognize it. So you just use your discernment. As soon as somebody, especially a reader, tries to tell you, this is not that, you are completely wrong, you must believe in what I say, that's where I don't like it. I know this is wrong because reality is very malleable, and no, what's right for me doesn't have to be true for you. And especially with spirituality, like I do not want to convince anybody otherwise. So yeah, important. I could tell these stories. I would have to sort of organize them if somebody's interested. Um, yeah, because I really don't like these guys, as you can tell. Um, and then lastly, a very important thing is, and I also touched on that, using spiritual concepts to convince you that you are not right, or that you are wrong, or to sort of hook you in. So somebody telling you, you have to stay because we are twin flames. So you have to we are soulmates. We are just mirroring each other, and that means that what is really inside you is inside me. So what you hate about me is you hate about yourself. If you change yourself, I'll be better. Huh? And that's the most, this is a trap that so many people fall into, especially women in like who go into this whole journey of the discovering their spirituality. They're being told, like, if you just change, accept, address everything about yourself, he will change, he will become this, he's your twin flame, you need to submit to this. It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, if this isn't the most abusive thing I've ever heard, that we fall for. And like, I've fallen for that because I was young and naive, and that was the abuse. Of course, there are concepts that are like about divine union and beautiful love, but you should never feel like love is pain. You should not feel like you're abused because you haven't changed enough. Whew! No, 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 no. I don't subscribe to that. And I advise you not to either. Another thing is the way that reader was keeping his partner in was, as I said, we are just collapsing realities. We are collapsing timelines. So when something terrible would happen, he would get arrested for being drunk and like trying to hit her family member. He would just say, "Oh, it's just like this timeline is getting closed. We had to collapse the timeline. Now the new one will open." Yeah, with you in prison. I need to calm down. Beware of spiritual jargon. Beware of people who cannot take space from you. Beware of people who try to tell you that green is yellow and yellow is green, and you're supposed to think some way. Beware of people who make you tired. Beware of people who don't push you to be your best self and to be happy. Beware of people who don't hold space for you. And remember who you are. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Okay, bye.